Yep. Very good thing to note. A very good conservative Terran who opens with that and plans to follow up with a Marine tank push. That's what he will do with the Hellions. But however, we have Marmulax getting a bunch more Hellions than normal. And right now he only has, what, 6 Marines? So if we have a quick Spire from Contagious, which we might, I mean, his layer is about to finish up. And if he goes Spire, he has 4 gas. This is definitely a Spire build. So he has no AA. He has 6 Marines. He has a barracks just now getting a reactor. Maybe he'll get Marines from those. He has another barracks just now getting a tech lab. If he's going to get stim or not is yet to be seen. But yeah, no anti-air, and he has no turrets up yet. So these Mutalisks that are just now throwing down the Spire, so they're 100 seconds away. Once they hit, if he's not ready for it, they could just cause a GG.
Yeah, exactly. What I would like to see him do is actually stop producing these Hellions and lift off and drop another barracks on that reactor, get his +1 upgrade and stim pack. Just so that he can hold the mutas at bay, not lose SCVs, things like that, get the NG. Looks like he lost an Overlord there. Didn't actually supply block him, but looks like those Marines did kill an Overlord. But, yeah, Zerg level 1 melee attacks come on the way, and he is getting stim pack. Terran player Romulux is getting stim pack. I mean, nothing too crazy going on here in this game.
Nope, not at all. No third base yet from the Zerg. It's past the 10-minute mark, so officially it will be a late third. Even 10 minutes in today's metagame is pretty late, but he's just staying on 2 base because a third base would be pretty hard to hold off, and he's afraid of any push coming out now. And then once he gets his Spire up, maybe he'll double expand. That'll be the best thing to see from him if he double expands right as he gets these 10 mutas that are popping out. If he gets the +1 flying, that'll be even better. If he gets +1 flying, double expands, and harasses with these mutas, this guy will be an A+ in my book.
Yes, it looks like he's sending a drone out to, I would assume, expand. It is a little late, like you said, but the Terran hasn't really. I mean, he could have done this a lot earlier. The Terran hasn't really pressured him in any way. There's not been Hellions at his front door, anything. It looks like he's going to double expand, actually.
Beautiful. So, and there's the flyers. So A+ for this guy. I mean, this Zerg is making me smile. And here he goes for the harassment.
It looks like Romulux has actually began to research Blue Flame Hellions. So, I mean, he must think Ling Muta is coming. Stopped producing tanks.
Hmm. Here he goes with the muta harassment. But one thing to hint on that, he poked in with his Hellions, and he saw a lot of Zerglings in the beginning. That could have hinted him to get that earlier siege tech, and not go for Blue Flame. And now he's getting it. Maybe that he feels safer with those siege tanks. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing that I can think of as to why he would do that. He was late on pulling the Marines back into the base, did lose a gas geyser, and is not rebuilding it. I guess just too much going on, too much macroing.
Yeah, that gold multitasking showing up.
Yeah, so I mean, we do have a armory on the way, so I can only assume that Thor's will be coming. +1 just about to finish. Looks like nothing out of no crazy tech switches coming from Contagious. No layer
There's a
tech.
huge front push at the front, though, getting thwarted by too many siege tanks, marines, and hellions, I guess. So he's gonna back off. You don't really want to push as a Zerg right now, especially if you double expand. I mean, he's building 32 drones, right? I mean, 32 Zerglings. Those should be drones. 32 Zerglings can be 16 drones, and that's exactly what you need at this point. He has 2 extra hatcheries that don't have any drones on them at all. I guess he's just too worried about a Terran pushing out right now. He is leading in supply, but a good amount of drones to saturate those bases. I'm like on repeat, but that's what's gonna do it. I mean, 2 extra bases is all fine and dandy, but if you don't have an income coming from them, you're still 2 base versus 2 base Terran.
Yeah, exactly. And as a Zerg player, you never want to be on the same amount of bases. You always want to be at least 1 base up on the Terran player, just because your larva, for the amount of larvae you need to spawn to get units out to be able to absorb the Terran's attacks and re-macro and then attack. Looks like the Terran is moving out with his Hellions moving up to check to see for this third. Um, Denied a creep.
Just as the transfer happens too, so he's gonna get extremely lucky. Oh my god, barbecue!
Wow. Lost all of those drones. A bunch of Zerglings coming in. Where are the mutas? Mutas should have been sent for
That's what I
this.
want to know. He's losing everything for
Wow.
free.
Yeah. Pretty
Wow.
much these Hellions, that was a very cost efficient poke at the third. Just killed
They're
it.
still alive. They can still keep going. No mutas showed up. Good baneling hit there. Maybe that's what he was worried about. But the mutas show up as if they're afraid of the Hellions, like they're going to turn into battle Hellions, like part of the storm, and just start shooting up. Even though they don't do that, that's what they should do, though. Imagine that, a fire bat that can shoot upwards. Oh
That
my
would
god.
be a little overpowered. But it looks like we have the infestation pit down. He is researching pathogen glands for infestors. Still on layer tech. No hive tech yet, no ultras, anything like that. Getting his melee level 2 upgrade, already has centrifugal hooks. Mutas are moving out across the map to do a little bit more harassment at the Terran's main base. Oh, and look at all these supply depots that are just being built, are not even going to finish.
Oh, good pickup for the Zerg. He's got quite a flock of mutas now. This isn't going to supply block Terran. Romulok's just sitting in the middle of the base with his middle of the map with his army, rather, and still no mass drone production from Confucius. I was about to call him from Contagious. Sorry, Confucius say no make drone, but
See this
Contagious
here
say
attack.
that too.
Sorry to interrupt you, but this here attack. See how
Yeah.
he pulled back a lot of the Marines that were protecting these siege tanks from the mutas. Had Contagious actually picked up on that, he'd have been able to get a lot of free siege tanks there. It's never a good idea to pull your Marines away from your siege tanks. Looks like he's advancing onto the creep into the third. As a Terran player, you never want to do that, just because Banelings and Speedlings move so fast on creep.
And here we're gonna witness that. All the Marines are gonna go kaboom.
Yep.
Everything left over. Well, not everything. The mutas are what matter, and they're still alive. And Terran has nothing. We have one Thor, a couple A siege tank, and a handful of Hellions. And this mutaflock is just like Idra-esque now. It's just huge.
Yeah, this is quite a large number of. It's 28 mutas, and I mean this is enough to start one-shotting things. Production.
Sensing the weakness and just gonna go in here and
Yep, clean it up.
I think, yep, taking the game because of that lack of anti-air, like we stated in the beginning. That turret goes down, free SCVs to munch on, and now these
There's
rally
the
Marines are
GG.
just easy. And yeah, that's
It looks
GG.
like Contagious will take the first game here on Shakira's Plateau. It was a good game. It was. I mean, both players could have played a little better, but I mean, that was a great game. Entertaining to watch. It wasn't boring. Macro,
Yeah.
macro, macro, macro. There was harass. There was all kinds of things.
Oh yeah, great game to watch. We got to witness a few pretty big mistakes that are probably keeping them below where they should be or want to be ladder-wise. Like we saw Contagious throw away those Zerglings and Banelings at the Blue Flame Hellions for no reason. I mean, he had a huge flock of mutas out. He could have easily just sent the mutas over there and denied that. Lost no drones. So we saw that was a pretty huge mistake, but Romulok didn't capitalize on it, and he just was sitting out there in the middle of the map. After killing that flock of Zerglings and Banelings, he should have moved up, and that's when he should have been ballsy with his tank placement on the creep, not when the Zerg has already macroed up an army.
Okay, so I just got a tell from Archon, and it looks like Little Zerg decided to not participate in this tournament. So it looks like he will be advancing to the finals.
Okay, another forfeit.
Yeah, well, that's 2 forfeits in this tournament.
Yeah. 2 out of 8 possible players forfeited.
So the
One
winner,
because of parents raging.
yeah. So the winner from this match will actually be fighting Archon in the final game.
So that's cool. Archon is what? Protoss?
I would assume. I didn't actually look. I would assume with the name Archon, you would be Protoss. I mean,
That's why I asked.
but it looks like we are underway, and the second map will be. It is loser's pick, so it will be the Terran choosing to get Zelnaga Cavern.
So this is a very. We already saw this with Romulok, but this is a very good map for the 2 racks. I like a 2-Rax on this map. Maybe one in a Boxer-esque proxy position. But as you stated for the Zerg, it is a very wide open map, a very wide open natural, and there are multiple attack lanes, and it's very hard to defend early game to Hellion, run-bys, stuff like that. Also, conversely, it is hard for the Terran if they don't secure their natural well enough. Zergling run-bys from Tasteless Secret Hallway back there can really mess a Terran's economy up.
Alright, up here in the upper right-hand corner, we have Romulok spawning as the purple Terran, and in the lower left, we have Contagious spawning as blue Zerg, and they switch their colors.
Oh, that's every caster's delight. We dream of
Yes.
this.
Let's go ahead and flip that around. At least it's only a couple buttons I gotta click and not actually redo anything. But looks like we have regular, standard supply depot going down. If he was going to go with a little proxy-ish racks, he would be doing it with, it looks like he is. He's sending 2 SCVs out. I can only assume he's going to build scout with one and build a barracks with the next.
Is he going for extreme proxy here?
Double racks all the way.
Looks like it. He's got.
Yep.
Right
There's
in
one.
the gold line.
That is actually a very dangerous spot to lay a racks. Honestly, I would like to lay a racks somewhere around here, just because Zerg will not more than likely not send a Overlord this way up the map. They'll send it towards their opponent or to watch this bottom half of the map over here. Instead, he put it right there in the middle of the map. Of course, it is close to the ramp of the Zerg, but easily spotted by an Overlord. But I don't think Contagious has seen it yet.
Well, we'll see. Maybe he's putting it there so it's nestled by the gold mineral lines and the rock, so any Zergling surrounds won't do anything, and maybe he can get his Marines back in there. Who knows? Maybe he'll put some bunkers up there and make a bunker trail to the Zerg's natural into the main. That would be really awesome to see and good for spectators, and it would be a good strat. So win.
It looks like Contagious's Overlord is moving over, but I don't think he's going to see it. Wow, he is actually... There it is. He sees it now.
Oh, no.
He just sees it now, and it looks like the position of these racks actually blocks a Marine in. So this is, I don't know if this is going to work very well, but it looks like he's going for it now. 2 SCVs and a Marine.
Let's see, how many bunkers? 2? He sees no expansion. He's like, oh.
Uh-oh. And there's only 4 lings on the map, so I mean, with Perfect Micro, there's 1 bunker going down. With Perfect Micro, he might be able to hold this off, but no.
That needed to happen.
That is exactly what he needed to do. Now he just needs to cancel, pull out, lift off the barracks, turtle up a little bit, and try to transition into a macro game.
I would have rather seen 2 bunkers on the low ground as a wall.
Yes.
And then, oh wait, this is MLG. What am I
Actually,
saying?
you can't. Yeah, there's a supply depot.
Yeah, so complete fail. He's not even walled in at his main, so now he's gonna have to either lift off those barracks and bring them back, but they're so far away now that that's gonna take forever, and that's
exactly.
no Marines producing.
And it looks like Contagious actually decided to completely avoid the barracks and the units and go straight for the throat.
Oh.
Go for the kill right now. And there is nothing here. He just GG's out of the game. Yep, that is game 2. Going to Contagious 2-0. That was entertaining.
Yeah, it could have been more entertaining, Romulok. He messed that up, though. He could have waited a little bit longer. To put a bunker right in the Zerg's main like that, after you don't see a hatchery, you gotta know something's gonna be in there. There can't just be nothing but drones.
Yeah, exactly.
He's up there with 1 single Marine.
Actually, yeah, even if he didn't decide to make Zerglings or anything, you would assume that there would be spine crawlers there, or some kind of
At least
something.
a queen, like
yes.
anything.
So in the final matches, it will be Archon versus Contagious.
So hopefully Archon is not a Zerg or a Terran, which means he better be a Protoss.
I can only assume that he's a Protoss.
ZVZ, at least it won't be a TVZ. But ZVZs are always ZVZ.
Oh, he is Zerg?
I don't know. I was just speculating if he was Zerg. I don't know if he is or not.
We should really research these things.
Yeah, I should use that right click button. View profile, and he is Zerg. Oh my god.
Oh, this is actually Zerg can be fun to watch.